Hi, sixth grade. Welcome to your last week. So this week what we're going to be doing is just finishing up everything with Hatchet as best as we can. So finish reading the chapters and the epilogue, and then we'll be moving into the questions. And as you're doing that, I'd really like you to think about making connections with Brian. He's going through a unique situation, and so are you. So take time to kind of just think about and connect with him and see if you guys have some things in common, especially as we're going through this very unique time as well. So if we go to our questions here on page 22, we are going to take a look at the personal response. Were you surprised by the events described in the epilogue? Did you wish events had turned out differently? And then explain that. Couple of parts there. So number one, what tools does Brian make and for what does he use them? How does this accomplishment make Brian feel about himself and his situation? So this actually has several parts to it, so make sure you're answering all of those parts, and really it has about 4 different parts to it. Number 2, in what ways does Brian measure time? So give those 2 ways, and then the one that's most meaningful for him and why. So this one really has about 3 parts. Number 3, what causes Brian to have to rebuild his shelter twice? And then why does Brian spend so much time on rebuilding it? So this one has 2 parts. 4, the author spends more than 2 chapters describing Brian's trip out to the plane and back. What effect does this description have on the reader? And then lastly, why might Brian have mixed feelings about using some of the items in the survival pack? So really go back to the book, take a look at the story to help you answer those questions. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at the connected reading here, the related reading, Desert Places. So that's in your packet. So use that and the questions to work on Desert Places. We are going to also use the poetry elements sheet to help us. So go through that poem, Desert Places, take a look at rhyme and rhythm and repetition, whatever elements it might have. Go ahead and just kind of mark them and dissect that poem a little bit, and then look at the questions on page 27 in your packet. So like I said, we're kind of wrapping everything up this week. Hopefully you've enjoyed this book. I love it. I think it's such a powerful story of overcoming, perseverance, and that ability to really find the power within yourself. So enjoy the end of Hatchet. Have a wonderful last week of 6th grade. Take care.